This world needs hope. I stand ready.
Enemy killing spree. Slain an enemy.
Fear not. I'm coming.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
I will not falter! I bring justice.
Enemy rampage.
Our courage must never waver.
An ally has been slain.
Charge! Forge onward!
Killing spree.
First of many.
You have been slain. An enemy is unstoppable.
Keep faith in yourself.
Turret plating will soon
Never
fall.
forget why we
Shut
fight.
down. An enemy is legendary.
We fight for those who cannot.
Slain an enemy. Your turret has been destroyed.
Our deeds shape the future.
An enemy is legendary.
protect our land. For Demacia.
Legendary. An enemy is unstoppable.
Demacia marches as one.
The turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
Victory awaits.
An enemy is legendary. Enemy double kill.
Just.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed the turret.
What we do is right. Fear not, I'm coming. I bring justice. Bring the rain! Courage must never waver. Forge onward! I will not falter!
Has been slain. Ally has been slain. Has been slain.
Here is the first of many.
Enemy double kill. Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy is unstoppable. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Following on from my video on the Reckless controversy the other day, we've had a multitude of things happen in regard to the situation, including a response from Reckless himself and the maker of the offending video, Thorin. Let's go over them now in chronological order. As a few of you may have seen, basically at the time of me posting the initial video, T1 CEO Joe Marsh put forth his thoughts on the situation to Esports. I pinned the comment just as I posted the last video, but in case you missed it, we'll start with that. Joe said to Esports, quote, "I can't speak for Martin as an 18-year-old, but as a 28-year-old, he was a fantastic person and teammate. Our experience with him at T1 was overwhelmingly positive. During Worlds 2024, as part of our main roster, the team genuinely enjoyed having him around. I'll never forget our conversation backstage before the trophy ceremony about his next step with Los Ratones and his good friend Cadril. He will always have a home in Korea with T1. Martin is family." As Reckless's most recent boss, bar Cadril, this is probably the most accurate recent insight into his current professional and personal conduct and how he operates in team environments. And should I add, with the correct amount and type of support. When Reckless was diagnosed, it was common knowledge T1 did everything they could to accommodate his needs. As well as a very healthy team dynamic, Reckless was often seen enjoying his time with the other players, and they had nothing but positive things to say about him. Main players, such as Keria, would even invite him to spend time together, like in this clip.
Two zero, bro. Is Zeus fucking fried in his head? What's he saying? 2-0 minus 3.
2-0 minus 3. You can come anytime. You can come every day or anything or everything you want. 언제든지 와도 된다.
It also makes me think that when he was playing on teams in the past, no one knew of his diagnosis, which, at no fault of anyone, would have led to less than ideal support networks and handling of his condition. This also could partly explain why there was friction with his LEC teams in the past. Following Joe's response was Thorin's own response in the same article on Dot. This wall of text was prompted by Thorin after he saw Bwipo and Brox's response to the whole situation. It doesn't make sense to put their responses here, as I did in the last video, so if you aren't quite up to speed, it's all in my previous video in the description. Now I'm going to give a TLDR, then read the whole thing, because there are a lot of details a TLDR would miss. If you just do want the TLDR for the third time, I'll have the timestamp in the timeline to skip ahead. In the text, he says he doesn't think Broxar was lying, but wasn't happy he, quote, suggested he got his information from some randoms that think they know Reckless. He thinks that Bwipo's response actually reinforces his point, but that his perception of and relationship with Reckless has changed over the years. He rounds it off with, quote, "I have never lied in my entire 23-year professional career, and when it comes to dealing with sources, I both protect them fiercely and vet them vigorously." Now for the full excerpt that has a lot of other details, but feel free to skip ahead if you only wanted the TLDR. Quote, "I don't think Broxer is lying, and I think he is well within his rights to express himself on this matter however he pleases, and I don't doubt his experiences. My issue with his statement is that he suggested I went back and got the information from, quote, some randoms that think they know Reckless. I got my information from people who were in the room with him when the events in question played out, and as I reiterated in the Nemesis section, what I published is their account of those events, and I used traditional journalistic methods of cross-referencing blind to confirm this was a shared sentiment. I'm confused as how you can even interpret Bwipo's statements as being a denial of the claims made. It appears he simply now has a different perspective on who Reckless was back then and how he relates to him now. That seems entirely valid to me, and Bwipo is someone who has quite recently publicly struggled with issues regarding his own behaviour. So I imagine he is in a reflective mood and apt to be more generous than he might have once been. He has always struck me as an earnest and honest person, just like Broxer, despite us having publicly clashed and disagreed on many topics. I can summarise my thoughts on teammates speaking out as follows. I don't claim to have spoken to or for everyone who has worked with Reckless in his career. In every team, there will be different alliances, disputes, and sentiments that are not all collectively shared by the entire group. What I will say is that I have never lied in my entire 23-year professional career, and when it comes to dealing with sources, I both protect them fiercely and vet them vigorously. What I published is a faithful and honest account of multiple people working with Reckless in every era of his career, and that information was transmitted to me within the last year and a half. A key motivating factor for me publishing the piece is that so many of the people who were around Reckless were tired of, and even in some cases sickened by, having to put up a facade that their experience with him was pleasant, or that they liked him and think how he behaved was acceptable. That is a long ass sentence. As I explained early in the video, they felt as if speaking out would simply stain their reputation due to his sheer popularity and goodwill within the general fanbase, and lead to them being harassed by hostile comments online. I think the public response to my publication of their accounts, hours before anyone had seen the video no less, validates their expectations in that sense. I'm willing to be the shield that tanks said hostility for the sake of getting their stories and perspectives out there. Many people felt they had to bottle up their emotions and suppress their negative experiences for the sake of maintaining a fan perception of Reckless. That has now ended, and people are welcome to believe whatever they please. My track record of honesty and credibility in this industry speaks for itself. So other than him replying here, Thorin doubled down and posted another Reckless video called a Reckless retrospective video. Not sure if it was because talking about Reckless is the only thing that gets him views, or what. It was just a compilation of him talking down on Reckless over the years. Here's a clip.
In terms of just the aesthetic, he's a good looking guy. He's got a lot of fangirls as a result. He was a guy who very good, what you'd call like a clean cut image if you were in the West. He has a great on camera personality. He comes across as like humble but confident. He doesn't seem cocky. Seems like a likable figure. As a result, he's got a huge personal fan base. I mean, Fnatic as a team always had a bigger fan base, but it seems like his fan base extends beyond that, because before he was definitely in Fnatic during that Ahmed period, people were very hyped around him. It feels like some Fnatic fans have left and gone over with him to Alliance. There's a lot of people want to see him do well and think that he can do well. He's got, seemingly, when you go down like that, everything's going for him. And yet, I don't think I'm being unfair if I say that to me. When I read other people's opinions of Reckless and I see how he's built, in line with all these factors here, I think he might be the most overrated player in the entire world.
I do have to say though, I kind of prefer the older, or I guess younger Thorin. He just sounds less angsty and more sincere. I could actually probably listen to this version. Even if he is more pleasant to listen to, this video also copped a harsh reception with just over 500 likes and 3,500 dislikes. And one of the top comments reading, quote, "I wish we had Hextech chests instead of your existence, Thorin." Now, before we move on to the next section, which is other creators such as Yankos reacting, I'd like to give a quick word to today's sponsor. If you're like our partner for this video. In Thorin's video, Yankos was mentioned a lot as he and Reckless were longtime teammates, and so it was expected of him to speak up. In this video, he speaks on not wanting to get involved, but also says
Righteous.
Okay, I can use some camera and mic.
A righteous king for a righteous people.
30 seconds until minions
This matchup is just one skill. That's a Strikebreaker. Double Awaken Proxy, level 1.
Wrath for the wicked. Honor for the just.
That's good.
Minions have spawned.
The lion walks among men.
Okay. All right. I don't know if I want to push this.
Just shall be swept away.
Okay, not too bad. No.
I will end this myself.
Right.
In my way.
First blood.
Of course. I'll just focus on farm. Let's not get poked a lot. Just a decent amount.
An ally has been slain.
I think I'll switch on accounts.
Conviction. I don't blame you. Save them.
He's probably pushing. Don't mind that. Okay. He should have. Never mind.
Stand against me? Demacia and serve at my side. Severed.
Okay.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
My kingdom awaits. Silence, knave! The lion.
Nice. I played the Yone.
I have no need of idle riches.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay, we're good.
Kill.
What's up, Mirko? How we doing?
And this too falls under my domain.
Bored. Come chill with me.
us cast back the wicked. Begone, villain.
Shut down.
Shall never end. My throne.
Jesus.
Wait for my return. I consecrate this artifact in the name of Demacia.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
I will fight for all eternity.
An ally has been slain.
My kingdom stands eternal.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
I am the great God to all mankind. Nothing will stop the march of my kingdom.
Enemy killing spree. An ally has been slain.
Fight on in my name.
Turret plate will fall soon.
I will deliver justice upon the wicked.
Damage.
Team has destroyed a turret.
There is no safe harbor from the hand of God.
Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been
Dude, what the fuck is going on?
An enemy is unstoppable.